To skip to specific sections, use timestamps in pinned comment or description. Alright, let's do this one last time. My name is Evie. I was bitten by a radioactive ice wraith, and for the last 1000 years, I've been the one and only Evie. I'm pretty sure you know the rest. Evie is a flank that specializes in mobility, currently the most mobile champion in the game, as both her movement abilities are omnidirectional and relatively low on cooldown. But with great mobility comes low HP. Evie is the squishiest champion in the game. When it comes to health, she sits on top of my with 1800 HP and has no cards to boost her health. She has low DPS, just 850 damage per second. That's not the lowest. Many healers and flanks have lower than her, but healers don't need high DPS, and other flanks have something or the other to help them, like burst damage from another ability or crowd control. For example, Buck has slow on net shot, and he can headshot. Maeve has pounce, which acts as an additional damage ability. Area of effect of her blasts are not that big, but again, it's not too small either. You can hit a couple of people if they're standing close together. Amazing voice pack. Gives her really wacky, crazy persona. Originally voiced by Kira Buckland, aka Reena-chan. Voice of 2B and more. Lovely woman. Let's talk about her abilities. Her ability is that she is able to fly with a giant ass hitbox. Jokes aside, she does have a giant ass hitbox, and it's a design choice. Apart from huge hitbox, Evie has two movement abilities, soar and blink. Soar is when she flies at an unbelievably slow speed in whatever direction your crosshair is pointing at. If you press the button again, it stops. If you shoot, it stops. Try to wiggle and jiggle your mouse as much as you can so you don't get shot at. Blink is a teleportation ability, where she teleports to a certain distance ahead in whatever direction you're pointing at. Blink has 0.2 second delay. So when you press the button, you teleport after 0.2 second. Till that time you're still there, and this is without any latency or lag. When mobility got nerfed, her range of blink got nerfed too, badly. And blink's range is not really good without the cards to extend it. When you press and hold the Q button, the highlighted place shows where you will appear after releasing it. It kinda helps actually, so you know where you're going to come out. Also, you can blink through certain windows and holes. You better test it yourself. Blink creates a whole new playstyle with Wormhole talent, but more on that later. She has only one ability that can damage, her primary fire. And though her ult does damage, but really, no one uses her ult to damage. And the damage on her ult is mainly to make sure she gets eliminations for setting up those skills. Her ult slows and cripples, and that's what it's used for, to get that slippery Ying or Cassie. You can use her ult to set up for teammates to wipe them, or you can solo ult the slippery ones and ensure the kill. Her ult moves slightly in the direction you were facing when you ulted. So if you look up and ult, it's gonna go up slowly. Also, no one will yell at you for solo ulting someone as Evie. If they do, screw them, they're garbage, they don't know jack shit about Evie. Try to set up for kills, but don't hesitate to solo ult. But a word of advice though, you should not ult PK, or Talus, or Dredge. That's just how their movement ability works. And if they are glowing, that means they are CC immune. Don't ult them either. So Cassie ulting or Inara in Mother's Grace. Champions get ult charge when they successfully use their abilities. However, many abilities do not provide ult charge, like shield abilities or healing abilities. The only thing that gives Evie ult charge is her primary fire. It gives her 6% of ult charge per direct hit. Now Ice Block. Good if used properly and very conditional. You can use it to block out ults or to cleanse debuffs such as Cripple from Genos or Grover, or even Inara, or just to wait out for cooldowns as last resort, or to preemptively block any instance of damage like Makoa's hook shot or fire spit around the corner or a strict shot. And before they charge up for next shot, you get the heck out and run for your life. Now, the best way to exit is to soar, as Blink has a delay, so jump to avoid getting headshot and soar away. You can use Blink, but it's risky. Let's talk pros and cons of Evie talents and thus her playstyles. Over the Moon. OTM or Over the Moon and Snow Globe work on cooldown reductions. Pros: slightly better DPS, 1020 HP per second or 1020 HP per shot, if you satisfy the bonus damage criteria. Cons: it's too much dive based. If you get held by crippled or anything, you are most likely gone. And no advantage of Over the Moon against healers. Why? Because healers are usually around at 20 to 100 HP, and if you have Over the Moon bonus damage, then also you need 3 seconds or 3 shots to kill them, and you need 3 seconds to shoot them anyways, so there's no added advantage. To solo kill them, but your DPS is still high, so if they are already low, it might come in handy. Now, Snow Globe. Pros: you now have cold. Cons: again, too much dive based. If you get held by cripple or anything, you're gone. You can keep ulting, it's really good for setups, but risky. Wormhole. Smart way, more safe than rest. Twice the heal if you use the card Flicker. Cons: less dive based, but still, if you get held by cripple or anything, you're most likely gone. Lesson 1. You do not overcommit. Lesson 2. You do not overcommit, because it's better to blink back and wait for 4 seconds of cooldown of Wormhole or Blink and then to try again, rather than to go in, be aggressive, to die and to wait for 11 to 13 seconds of respawn time, then the travel time to reach battle zone on map, to fight back. You have the mobility to chase the low HP ones, but you do not have the DPS to kill a full HP one. Evie does not have enough HP to have extended duels, and as the game proceeds and enemies start getting higher tier cauterize, your survivability will decrease. You might even have to wait out for out of combat healing, as cauterize will ruin heals from Flicker.
Lesson 3. Never fight someone you know you can't beat.
You can poke them, and you can even go for them if they are one shot. But don't try to solo kill a tank like Makoa. Choose your fights. Lesson 4. Anticipate enemies' expectations and abuse them. You peek and you poke and they know you're there. If you stay attached to the same angles, they will find out that you are there. And they will be ready for you. And you will never be ready for them. Ever. Stay on the unexpected angles. Peek, poke, hide. Peek and poke again. And then when you think they saw you holding that angle, you get the heck out and then get some another angle. Lesson 5. Knowledge of map. If you're Evie, you're going to be running and roaming all the map, so make sure you are adept with the map. Where are the high grounds? How to reach said high grounds? And can you blink there? Can you soar there? What are good hiding spots? The safe spots where you can blink from? Where do healers usually play from? What angles can you cover from a given spot? Things like this. Lesson 6. Know your enemy. If you saw an enemy Makoa using a hook, you have about 8.5 to 11 seconds of safe time when he can't hook you. Now obviously I don't expect you to count to 8 seconds, but just note if he recently used it, you can go and bully him a bit and get the heck out before he gets it back. Similarly with flare shots and other things. Don't overcome it. The idea behind Wormhole is to poke from high angles and deepen enemy formation, while having the option to teleport back to safety. Usual plan is to go to a safe spot, blink in, poke, blink back, or blink in, poke, poke, blink back. If you want to go deep, blink in, poke, soar, poke, blink back, or some variation of them. Evie shoots a projectile every 1 second, and you get a 4-second window for your wormhole. Don't shoot just before blinking, unless you know that would help you. Blinking doesn't reduce the 1 second time gap between shots. So if you shoot just before blinking, you will be near enemy, and you would kinda have to wait for a second before you can shoot again. So just blink a bit later and avoid any unnecessary exposure to your enemies. You stay on high ground preferably and poke some damage. And if you see someone low, you blink, soar, finish the kill and blink back. Or if you have a priority target, you take the most abandoned path to that target, wait for your cooldowns, and then you get that target. Or if you just have to distract, get behind enemy line and poke from another direction. Not the directions in which your team is. So they have to turn, and maybe it will reduce pressure on your teammates. Maybe they will ignore you. If they ignore, continue to chip their health. And if they turn to attack you, you better run away further so they have to either chase you or focus on objective. Remember, your job is to be annoying, not to solo kill, not to damage. You have to be a constant threat to them. Tell them that they can't simply do whatever they want because you exist. Grace them with your presence from time to time. Be mischievous. Unpredictability is your friend, your lover, and your soulmate. High rounds are your friend. Serpent Breach is perfect playground for you. Timber Mill is nice too, just because other flanks suck there, because Andrew and Evie can fly and others can't. Most people are comfortable till the angle of elevation is about 30 degrees or something. Try to blink from higher angles. People can't shoot above their head. Try to hit them from top. You can even surf ride people. Shoot at knees. Don't worry if you blinked and missed your shots. Blink back. Stay alive. Try again. Evie takes practice. And ironically, patience. Yeah, you would need to practice a lot before you get the feel of how Evie works. Flicker 5. Heal on blink since it's your main sustain. And your life, you cannot depend on healer to heal you from across the map. Teleport 5 because her blink range sucks. Okay, so you need it. Swift Witch 3 because her soar speed sucks and you need it. Otherwise you will get shot down. Now, Swift Witch can be at level 2 or level 3. That completely is on you. And this gives 2 to 3 points left for you to fill on filler cards. You can get Killing Frost. It resets soar cooldown on kills. I like this one. Biting Cold 1. Or you can choose any other filler card like Heals on Ice Block or Cantrip or any other thing. Some even use movement cards for fillers. So that's it. So I'll be doing a voiceover for this video. This is just me being a drama queen. Typical wormhole one. Cauterize to counter Koga because Koga relies on life flip and cauterize is necessary to kill him. I go around here and watch for the point to get a poke damage or something. I got a shot on shield. Now I'm in their back line. I hear Lian. And I get 2v1'd. And it's auto aim. Great. Koga has bought 2 green items already, which is really not a good idea because you're wasting slots. I go in for a fancy high angle shot. I hear Lian, so be careful about that. She's on left. I hear Koga too. One shot, gone. Now enemy team has really not a good chance of capping. You see, I'm poking from an angle which is not from my teammate's side. I'm behind them and they have to turn around to hit me. Here I see Lian low and running, so I get back and kill her. I see Koga low, so I get him because fuck him. And a delayed triple. I tried to go here for a high angle shot, but then I failed because I bonked my head on the arch there. I'm waiting for my cooldowns because I don't want to waste my soar. Got the Koga. And here I tried to solo ult that willow, but I failed. Lian walked into that grumpy, got stunned. Khan probably tried to ult me but failed. So far so good. They have got Scorn Willow, which is okayish. They have Power Cosmium on Genos, which is a bit risky for me. And Vortex Grip for Khan, which is really risky for me. If he gets me, it's definitely going to get me killed. Guaranteed. Lian is on Eminence, so it's okay. She's going to hit me for 60% of my health, so it's okay. Koga is again on the Cancer clause. Our team is pretty decent. Grover is on route, so it's good for me. And rest is pretty standard. Oh, and here I got a bug where I kept shooting. My hands were not on the mouse or anything, and I kept shooting. Hello, Paladins. I again tried for the cheese backslide entry. Cassiel showed me here that Koga knew that I was coming from there. Maybe he saw me last time or something, and he was careful. He is on high ground, that can be seen. Willow is on the low ground near that sniper entry. And that's it. I'm going for this area again, but I know Koga is here, so I'll be careful. And Koga went down, so this is my entry. Oh, I failed. Here I wasted my soar also, so I'm in a bad spot. I got my wormhole back, so it's good. Again, I try to hold the high grounds because high grounds are better for me. I tried to get for the Genos, but ugh. Oh, Genos was in a bad spot. Bad spot. Here tried to get this Khan, and if I ult here, his teammates, when they tried to come to point, they would have to go through my ult, which would slow them and cripple them. So it's pretty much stops them from capping. And if I get Khan, it's better, which was basically the best idea. But Khan dashed away, so he got away. Okay, so this is what happens when you use soar and don't try to dodge people. I flew, but I was so slow and I was so predictable that even this Koga got to shoot at me. Bad thing. Now I'm going for the left side again because again this is going to give me high ground. And I know their position a bit. One shot Genos. Missed shots on Lian. Juked away her ult. Ran away on high ground because I lost all my HP there. I blinked, so I got 375 back, but again I lost a lot of HP and I did not have any cooldowns left. So the best way is to get the fuck out of there and wait for cooldowns. I don't know where Lian is. I knew she was around here, but now I don't know. She could be here, she could be there. Now, since Grover said attack the objective, I thought maybe I should go around and watch for it. So I go in and I see Khan is alone on the point. So I bully him a bit. And when I come back, I see a Koga jumping on me. I have all my abilities on cooldown, except for Ice Block. But I know Ice Block isn't going to save me a bit. I should have Ice Blocked and then waited for some cooldowns. But I did it. Deserved it. I tell my teammates about Koga's presence. And here Ash died. So it's basically going to get them the point. Okay, so here I'm going for the right side. Now, this is my safe spot. If they want to come here, they have to get from here or from here. Now I blink up and I look around. Poke, soar, poke, blink back. So that's the pretty standard move. I hear Koga. Missed shot. Bomb King got him. Now I blinked back because there were a lot of people there in the midline, at least 3 of them, so I had to come back. I do not have the HP to fight them all. I have to get back. Absolutely useless spraying. Toxic. Again, I saw 3 of them in the middle, so no way I'm going to fight them head on. So I came onto the side, going for the high ground, waiting for cooldowns, poking a bit. I heard Koga behind me, and he jumped ahead. I was going to go back, but I was skeptical. Cassie's doing pretty good job. Okay, Koga knew that I usually come around from there or something, or he heard me, and he was waiting, and he got me off guard. And I missed a shot here. My shot hit on the ground, not on Koga, so 0 damage for him. And I fell back to get away, but it didn't work because apparently Koga needs so much of skill. Ash got him, so yeah. Okay, I heard Willow ulting on somewhere on the right side, but I don't know where. I'm waiting for her, so here I see her. She came out from here. Again, hitting Willow while she's ulting is not that difficult because she's very slow while she's ulting. But again, she's airborne and you have to hit perfectly on her with all the predictions involved. I go in for a cheesy cheese shot, but I fail. And now my wormhole is running out because I soared for too long. And now I'm on cooldown. So I jump into ice block because I can't fight them. Now I'm waiting out for my cooldowns to come back. Got back. And this is the part where Grover dies because Koga. I can stay and fight him, avenge my friend Grover here, or I can peace out. And no way I'm fighting him head on. So I peek around here, looking for him. I expected Koga to be around somewhere here or here in this area. I did not notice that he got killed by Cassie. So I jumped out, couldn't find him, blinked back. I told BK to wait, but he died because Khan got aggro here. Now I let Ash take care of Khan problem. I move ahead, but then I see Ash is on that side. Khan is in middle and I'm on this side. So it's good for me, so because I can hit Khan behind his shield. I get Khan, I come around here, tried to get Willow, couldn't. Okay, here I tried to get Lian, but I got low. I should have blinked up somewhere here, but I blinked on the ground just for heals only, so that was a messy part. I should have blinked up here and then attacked her or run away. Deserved it. Getting Haven because again, Lian and Koga. Those two are the ones mainly attacking me. Now since I know from the last round that Koga knows about my left side flank route, he might try to come from there again. So that's what I'm telling him. That's assuring. Knowing Cassie will help Grover. I wait for him. So if he comes around here, I can get the first shot on him. I hear agility sound and then Cassie ults. He fails his wall climb and then he dashes away or something. He gives up. I see him climbing down. So again, good for me. I get the high ground. I come around here. I use the soar this time. I can still blink around and something. So I have my blink. I use a shot to cancel out my soar. Get a shot on Willow, 850 damage. And then I ult because I would absolutely be getting Willow or Lian, at least one of them. So it's really good chance to ult. And before blinking, I hit a shot and get Willow out. Lian is crippled. I use my ice block to block out her ult. I blink in to heal and run around. I heard Koga was behind me somewhere. So blinking back would mean I have to fight Koga. And there he is, waiting for me. I hit him with a shot and he dies. Why? Because cauterize! So I go around from this area because I saw BK and Ash in the middle. So I came around from here. Tried to hit Willow second time because I expected her to jump around here. But she didn't. She was smart to hold on to the high ground. I come back to see a dead zone. No heals for me. I see Lian and someone around more there. I blink away immediately because I don't want any more poke damage. So I blink away. I come around here and I use a poke shot. And look who it is. Janos. Oh, and Willow too. And this is the part where I knew I fucked up. I got another shot. But I could have gone aggro on Willow because she was just one shot. I waited out. Now Janos is here too. And I tried to fly away, but instead of going through the door, I came around here, hit the wall, and Janos got me. And the audio of this game got fogged. Okay, now I see Ash is getting aggro, and so is Cassie. And at this point I see Grover is on the point and fighting someone. It's Khan and Khan alone, so I can help him out. And there's Seedling, so hit one shot. As soon as it goes into 4, ice block it. Okay, so this was really panic moment because I got hit by a couple of shots. I got really low. I was lucky to be able to blink out to here. I decide to wait out here. Even though Grover is ulting there, I know there could be a dead zone or something, which would completely ruin me out. So better to wait out. Cassie is on aggressive position, so is Ash. This area was free. If they tried, they could have come around from here to contest, but okay. And that's it. Boop. It's really satisfying to get a kill on clock ogres. Fuck them. Okay. Being able to poke from backside, poking around non-stop when no one expects you to, poking from high grounds, all this thing will never show up here. Never. But your enemy knows that you have been annoying. Be annoying. My damage is not the highest. Hell, it's third, I guess. BK did a good job. He threw Grumpy a lot, so kudos. Not everything depends on this, okay? So don't waste your time trying to get kills or do damage or something. That's it.
Bye-bye now. Good night, sweet prince.